Hi, Natural here, and now I'm going to show you how to do this piece we've been doing on all those other instruments on the keyboard. Now on the keyboard, besides the melody being played in several different keys, which I'll demonstrate in a minute, we also have the problem of transposing those intervals for the chords into other keys, and I'll show you how this intervalometer device that we have makes it so easy. So first let's look over here at the music. You remember this was the music Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White, which we did, and it goes 5 1 3 5 4 3 4 3 2 4 5 6 7 6 5 4 3 5 and etc. Okay, the thing is it's in E flat here, and in E flat the first chord here in this first measure is an F minor 7, which we call a minor 2-7 chord. Then over here in this point the B flat 7 chord comes in, which is a 5-7 chord, and then over here we have the E flat major 7th, which we just call a 1 with this little triangle, which means major 7th. And then what happens is right here is a diminished chord, and it is a 7 diminished chord. Now here in the music they're going E0, boom. That means usually a full diminished chord, which means this is a double flat 7. And then it goes back again to the 2 chord, the 5 chord, and then instead of a major chord it goes to a 6 chord, because the melody note is ends on a 1, and we don't want the 1 and the 7 right next to each other. So instead of the major 7th, usually ends on a 6 chord, so there's a minor 3rd there. That sounds better. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is show you how this song can be played in the different keys. So here is the melody: 5 1 3 5 4 3 4 3 2 4 5 6 7 6 5 4 3 5, etc. And then the same thing with a 3 2 6 5 3 2 1 and the ending. So this is your melody. So let's look down here at the intervalometer on the keyboard, and you can see here on our intervalometer we have 1 2 3 4 5 6, and it's set up in the key of C right now. So the piece is in E flat. What we would do is move the number 1 over here to E flat, and now we have the exact same keys as in the piece up there. It starts on B flat, which is 5. Then 1, E flat, to the G, to the B flat. So 5 1 3 5 4 3 4 3 2 4 5 6 7 6 5 4 3 5 5 1 3 5 4 3 4 3 2 6 5 3 2 1, and that's the basic melody. Now I want to show you, if we had this as a number code, I could move this over here to the key of C. And you can see the same numbers. I'm now playing it in the key of C, and it sounds exactly the same. Let's see what happens if I take it and put it into another key like D. So here in the key of D, you can see the numbers have shifted. Now, 5 1 3 5 4 3 4 3 2 4 5 6 7 5 5 1 3 4 up to 6. 5 3 2 1. Same melody. Let's put it into another key here. Let's move it over here into F sharp or G flat. Six, 5 3 2 1. You can actually see it's easier to play on here because only the 4 and the 7 are on white keys. I can move this slider into any key I want. Let's put it over here in the key of A. A. And again, 5 1 3. So I think we've shown you that I could put the number 1 anywhere in the keyboard, play those numbers, and out would come that song. Now the problem comes in translating the intervals for the chords. Let's look up here, and here you'll see we have the 2 minor 7th chord, which number-wise is just simply the generic 2, 4, 6, 1. There are no sharps, no flats on that whatsoever. We look at the 5, 7 chord. Again, it's a 4-note chord. So you have 5, 7, 2, which is your 5 chord, extending here to this, giving us the dominant chord. 5, 7, 2, 4 are the numbers. The 1 major 7th chord is 1, 3, 5, and the major 7th, or 7 here. And so you can see all of these chords here are just using the whole numbers with no sharps or flats on them whatsoever. We also have a transition chord that starts this whole piece all over again, called a 7-flat diminished chord. I mean the 7 diminished chord. And in the 7 diminished chord, we have a, this is moved up from E flat to the key of E on the piece. And a nice thing about a diminished chord, look down here at the keyboard very quickly, let's do it in C, is if I have a chord like this, and I move this down to here, I have a dominant chord. If I want to make a diminished chord that's up a half a step, I simply move this up and then leave that there and leave those middle things there, and that's my diminished chord, which is now moving to trying to move up. So again, if I have, all I do is raise that first one, from flatten this one, it gives me the diminished chord. So back up here, what I've done is I've taken these chords and I've arranged them the way my hand would grab them, like this. And here the 2 chord is 2, 4, 6, 1. The 5 chord, I'm leaving the 2 and the 4 down here, so I don't have to move these at all, and adding in the 5 and the 7, 5 and 7. So the 6 moves down to a 5, and the 1 moves down to a 7. So all I'm doing is moving these top 2 fingers. Then what I do is, between the 5 chord and the 1 chord, the notes that are in common here are the 7 and the 5. So if I leave those fingers alone and only move these bottom 2 fingers here, I can move the 4 down to a 3, the 2 down to a 1, and we'll have moved only 2 fingers to get to that next chord. Then when I want to play the transition chord, I move this up a half step and I move that down a half step, leaving the center alone so I don't have to move these. So what happens in every case here is I'm only moving 2 fingers. So let's see that in E flat, which is the key it's written in. So first we have, then it moves from the 1 chord to the 2 chord. 2, 4, 6, 1. Now I'm going to leave these notes right here, the 2 and the 4, and only move the top 2 down to. That now gives me my 5 chord. I'm going to leave these 2 notes which are in common and move only the bottom down. And there I have my 1 chord. And then if I go like this, I have my diminished chord. And that will allow me to play these chords. So in the next video, we're going to take that, and then go to the diminished chord. And then go to the 6th chord. And if we do that, by moving the slider, we can play this piece in different keys as well. So, to the next video. Thank you. We'll see you in just a moment.